Hello there everyone, how's it going? Today I'm going to be doing something a little different. A Battle Spots series. Of course there are hundreds of other people who do these, but I'm going to give it a go. And I'm going to be doing the official VGC Championships battles. I seem to have a team at the moment that is doing fairly well. So let's give it a go. It'll probably seem quite familiar to anyone who's familiar with VGC. Here we are. We have Muck, Alolan of course, Magnezone, Tapu Bulu, Mimikyu, Porygon 2, and Araquanid. These are all Pokemon I like quite a bit, except for maybe Tapu Bulu. I haven't formed any emotional attachments with that one, but yeah. These Pokemon have done very well on numerous teams around the world, and I found this composition was doing quite well as well, on Battlespot mainly. But yeah, we'll try and find a battle now and see how I do. And we have someone, Seramu, from Oregon. Okay, we see a Trick Room team as well. Many similar aspects to mine. I think I'll be best off leading with Muck and Mimikyu here. Muck holding the Figgy Berry, but with the ability Power of Alchemy. Then I'll bring Araquanid. And I think Magnezone. Even though she does have the Marowak, I should be able to take care of it. As long as everything is good. My Araquanid should be able to handle that. And yep. I chose a random music for this one, I can't even remember which one it was. So Muck and Mimikyu. Mimikyu with Trick Room of course. We see that I possibly outspeed. Yes, I'm probably going to outspeed both of those Pokemon. So I'm just going to go for the knockoff into the Slowking. And a Play Rough into the Drampa. If he does set up Trick Room, it's not the end of the world for me, considering how slow my team is. Protect to scout what I'm doing. Fair enough. Now, will she want to switch? Let's double check her team on the bottom. Slowking, Araquanid. Could possibly switch the Drampa. I think I'll double team Slowking here. Go for a knockoff. And a Shadow Claw. Shadow Claw comes out, hits Slowking. And out comes the knockoff, finishing off Slowking. No Trick Room for my opponent. Slowking probably would have survived the knockoff in my opinion. And we see the Energy Ball. Does little damage, but of course breaks the disguise. We see Life Orb on Drampa. That makes that thing a bit of a knockoff priority now. Life Orb Drampa can certainly do damage. As we see a Araquanid come in. What should I do? My remaining Pokemon are Magnezone. Magnezone would be faster than Araquanid. But I definitely don't want to switch that in willy-nilly. Now the question is she going to protect her Drampa? Oh dear, I've run out of time. Oh, excellent. Well, not really. Yep, the auto-timer chose Will-O-Wisp for me, but that's not worse. Drampa will be doing extra damage to itself now. I decided to knock off Araquanid because I figured Drampa would probably protect. Fire Blast into Mimikyu. But now I'm going to go for the knockoff into Drampa. And play rough into Araquanid. If I'm lucky I can get an attack drop. Connects, does a decent amount of and we get the attack drop. Excellent. And knock off onto Drampa. Doing a nice amount. But we see the Z move. I wonder if that attack drop will be enough to save my Muck. Hydro Vortex comes out. And Muck is able to survive and activate the Figgy Berry thanks to that attack drop. As we see Fire Blast come out onto Mimikyu. So here, I decide to switch into Magnezone. If memory serves, Magnezone's base speed is 60, so it'll definitely outspeed Drampa and Araquanid. So, with that in mind, I'll go for the knockoff onto Drampa and Thunderbolt onto the Araquanid. If she does switch into Marowak, then I should be fine. I can just knock it off next turn. Knock off onto Drampa connects. And Thunderbolt is blocked by the Protect. But now, will we see the Marowak? We do. That is fine. However, I do not believe knockoff will be enough to kill. Let's see. Memory. My Muck is EV trained to outspeed basic Marowaks. So I'll switch into my own Araquanid here. It has very little to fear from opposing Araquanids. And I do outspeed. But it must have some defense or HP investment because knockoff does not pick up the kill. Double teaming. No, not double teaming. But, yes. Here I go for the Snarl, which will hit both of my opponents, and I'll go for the Leech Life onto that Araquanid. Snarl comes out, and it should take out the Marowak. Yes, it does. And does a nice little extra damage to the opposing Araquanid. This was a battle where Trick Room was less beneficial for me. We see my Araquanid outspeeds that one as well. Or did I get that confused? No, I did outspeed. And Muck goes down. But we were able to gain some nice HP back from that Araquanid. Which allows me to bring back in Magnezone. So it looks like I have this one in the bag. And down goes the opposing Araquanid. Fine by me. And a good battle. Definitely a battle that showed that Trick Room is not always beneficial. But I wonder, there are probably some speed ties there. So now I'll see if I can find another battle quickly. And go. I'll switch to my bottom screen so you can see if I can. Is it this? Nope. Okay. Okay, that's not working. But here we have a Japanese opponent with a decent rating of 1576. And we see the Tapu Fini, Tapu Lele. I see. As much as I'd like to bring Tapu Bulu here, I don't entirely think it'll be the greatest idea. Okay. Ooh, hiccups. But I think Mimikyu... Ooh. But I think a Mimikyu lead here, I'll be able to get a Will-O-Wisp off on any of those physical attacking Pokemon. And... I'll go with the Porygon 2, a Magnezone. No, should I really? I'll lead Mimikyu and Araquanid first, and I'll back it up with Porygon 2 and Muck. Let's see how this goes. VGC this year seems to be quite interesting. But I wonder how these Pokemon will fare against the speedy threats from previous generations. Mimikyu and Araquanid come out first, and we see Kartana and Salamence. Gets the Intimidate, but that's not too important. So here... I should be safe to go for the Trick Room, and... do I want to switch? That is a question. Yes, I'll switch into Porygon 2. Neither of those guys have knockoff, and Porygon 2 should be able to survive anything easily. Neither of those Pokemon can have Taunt as well, if my memory serves. My opponent very carefully deciding her moves here. But yes, in comes the Porygon 2, and can we get the special attack increase? We do, which is excellent. Salamence protects, fine by me. And Kartana goes for the Leaf Blade. Does a nice amount to Porygon. Now I suspect to see Salamence switch out here, not wanting to take an Ice Beam to the face. And an ideal switch for him would be the Gigalith, but does he have that or not? So here I will go for the Will-O-Wisp onto Kartana, and I'll go for the Ice Beam onto Salamence. Yep, we do see the Salamence withdraw, but that's fine. Ice Beam may do a nice amount of damage anyway. Let's see, Gigalith is an incredibly slow Pokemon, so that could be a problem for us. But the Will-O-Wisp does connect, rendering Kartana a bit useless. We see Sacred Sword come out onto Porygon, but with the burn that does very little damage. We see a bit of lag here. It's unfortunate. I believe my computer's having a CPU problem. But, yep, we'll go for the Will-O-Wisp onto Gigalith and recover with Porygon. As long as Porygon doesn't flinch, I think Gigalith will outslow it here. We do see the Rock Slide. Now, as long as Porygon is able to not be flinched, everything is cool. The disguise is broke on Mimikyu, and Porygon does flinch. Ugh. So does Mimikyu. How unfortunate. And Porygon 2 actually goes down. Very unfortunate. Well, I'm sorry about the lag on the audio right now. That's terrible sound. So here I'll bring in Muck. And I know that after a curse I will be able to outspeed the Gigalith. Gigalith, a good Trick Room counter it seems. Curse. Going for the Will-O-Wisp onto the Gigalith. We see the Heavy Slam come out. Yep, that would finish off Mimikyu in one shot. But what could Kartana like to do to a Muck? We see Smart Strike come out. Very little damage. So, unfortunately down to our last two Pokemon. I bring in a Araquanid here. And it seems maybe I should be trying to stall my own Trick Room out. Here I go for... I'll go for the Protect. And I'll go for a knockoff onto Gigalith. It's a shame Araquanid didn't have a little more bulk in its attack, in its HP stat. We do see the Rock Slide come out. Now as long as my Muck doesn't flinch... Wait a minute, Gigalith still outsped me? That's very inconvenient. Oh, a Hard Stone. I can't believe Gigalith was able to outspeed. But we do activate the Figgy Berry now, bringing us back up to a nice glorious percentage. Now I'm not 100% sure on the mechanics of Wide Guard. I know it's prone to fail if Protect has been used. Oh, but the Trick Room has expired, which means I will be outspeeding Gigalith. And Muck is free to go for a knockoff onto Kartana. We see the withdrawal of Gigalith here into Salamence. Unfortunately intimidating both my Pokemon. Yes, this team at the moment has a slight Intimidate imbalance. But doing nice solid damage. We see that was an Assault Vest Kartana. So here I'll go for the Protect and knock off onto Salamence. I don't think a Draco Meteor could kill Muck from this range. But things aren't looking good with her having all of her Pokemon still healthy and my Muck being at half HP right now. We do see that continuous target on the Muck though. A devastating Drake will probably take out Muck though. But perhaps that's obvious and she targeted Araquanid here. Let's see. And Devastating Drink goes, and into Araquanid. But with the Protect, that is fine. But this does probably mean that Knockoff won't KO the Salamence. Here I'll go for the Liquidation into Kartana and a Poison Jab into Salamence. If I were her, I'd probably double team on Muck here to make sure it is finished off. And yep, that is what we see. Oh, things aren't looking good for this battle. Kartana does go down, but she's free to switch out her Salamence and intimidate me again, which will result in a death for me. We see the Gigalith come in. Alright, let's double check her team. If she has Tapu Fini, I'm done for anyway. So, I'd assume she'd protect Gigalith right now and switch out Salamence. But if she doesn't, then I'm pretty much screwed. I'm forced to go for Liquidation onto Gigalith here. Yeah, we see the withdrawal, but we didn't see a Protect, which is great. This will allow her to bring in Salamence, though, to allow me to be intimidated again. The Sandstorm here is causing my CPU to go crazy. It looks like it must be time for me to get a new PC, or a new CPU anyway. Wow, it is literally crashing my PC. Okay. So I'll go for the Protect here just to scout. But it looks like I'm done for in this battle. A -2 Liquidation probably won't take out Marowak, although I can hope. If that's a min-speed Marowak, I'll outspeed it. No, I think I'm min-speed too, so I won't. Dear. So here I'll actually go for the Hydro Vortex onto Salamence. Because, yeah, if I'm able to take out Salamence or something... But yeah, that definitely puts me in Shadowbone KO range. Oh well, good game. Anyway, that was certainly fun. The first battle went well, but the second was a bit trickier. This team, I do need to work on some things. Could probably do with another special attacker to wear off those intimidators. And yeah, having something that might be speedy could be advantageous as well. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed.